On, guys, so welcome back to the channel. It's the 9th of August. We're going to take a look at Aerodrome today. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We had a big day yesterday in the markets. Bitcoin up, I believe it was over 11%. We had a big day in the market. The stock market up, the SPX 2.3%. Big day, guys. We'll see if there's any follow through today on this Friday, but big day yesterday. So if we take a zoom in here, this is Aerodrome Finance, AERO USD on a daily chart, and the data is from Coinbase. So Coinbase is very easy access for most people, Coinbase. So yesterday, Aerodrome looks like finished the day up 16%. Wow, what a big day. That's a 10-cent day for Aerodrome. We traded as low as just about 62,215. That's a new level, guys. 62,215 as support. And we closed just above 72,326. That's this blue line right here. So we took out the highs from the previous 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So we have a new high for the past 4 days, previous 4 days. And looks like today we have an inside day, lower high, and a higher low. So things are quiet here in the markets early this Friday morning. So what can we expect here? Well, we're going to play out a couple scenarios here. So if the price is going to roll over from here and head lower, perhaps back into this range here, maybe back down to 62,215, it's most likely going to do that at the area where it's at now. So we have, let's call it, basically we have this range here, right? So that basically encapsulates that price trading range. And then we have where we're currently at now, which actually goes all the way down to here. So if the price is most likely going to find resistance, it's going to be at the lower end of this box here. And yesterday, we'll keep an arrow there. Yesterday, we actually traded up to that area, which is the upper end of this box. So if it's going to roll over and struggle to go higher and find resistance, it's going to be right where it's at yesterday and so far today. That's the most likely area that's going to happen. It's going to have the most struggle to get above, out of this box, back into this trading range up here. Of course, it's possible, okay? Let's keep in mind yesterday was a big move. So if we see any kind of sideways consolidation here, all good. Very possible. So maybe a day or two before the price breaks back out into this new range here. And that might not even happen, but just real basic, what was once support has been flipped into resistance, a floor of support into a ceiling of resistance. So if the price does roll over, at least you know why, or, a pretty good reason why. Just it's bumping its head into some old support. So these candles had support here on the 24th and 5th of July. That got broke on the 2nd and 3rd of August. Came back up yesterday, which was the 8th of August. Today's the 9th. Things are quiet. We still hold this overhead resistance line here. So we were looking for a breakout back in here before the markets rolled over. But I do expect, and unless Bitcoin really rolls over again, I do expect the price to get back up into this range pretty quick and start to bump its head again on this line. Again, assuming Bitcoin doesn't roll over aggressively. Have we seen the lows? It sure seems like it. I don't know if we'll get back down to these lows again, if Bitcoin doesn't roll over, of course. Bitcoin had a huge day yesterday, so it seems like the lows are in for now. Nice support here for this low at 61,275. Let's not The trends are still lower though. Okay, so we still have, that's a higher low, that's a lower high. This is a lower low. And then so far we just have another lower high. So let's not be wrong here that the trends are not higher. The trends are clearly lower. What we look for though is we look for a change in trend. So a change in trend will one of a couple ways. So we have the low that came in, we rally up to another lower high, which is what we have as of yesterday. And we can pull back, somewhere in here, we'll call it right here, to a higher low, and then we get a breakout past the highs. That gives us a higher high, that gives us a change in trend. It starts to put the odds in our favor that most likely the trend will continue back to the upside. Can you get in earlier? Of course you can. That's one way it can play out. Another way it can play out here is we have the lows, we have the, it's still a lower high, but this price, let's call it today, could actually just continue to, blast to the upside. Probably won't happen, but of course it could happen, and we could break out above this upper resistance line. So that's one way it could happen. But still, at some point here, we'll get a pullback, and it, as long as the markets don't completely roll over, it'll be a higher low. So, wherever it stops, maybe it's down here at the 58,756, and then we get the move higher, something along those lines. So that is that. It's nice that we didn't take out these lows on the pullback. Those are pretty important, and it'll be important again if we don't take out these lows. So, if and when the price pulls back, we don't want to take out those lows from the 5th of August. But overall, this thing is just in a big consolidation, and this is a higher low. If we're going to zoom out a little bit, so we have the ultimate low over here on the 5th of July. This is a higher low, and again, looking for a nice big breakout to the upside. So one day at a time, guys. Again, Bitcoin starts to really rally here. We're going to see Aerodrome Finance follow pretty quickly. This looks pretty bullish to me. That's where I'm sticking at, but let's not be fooled here that we're still in a short-term downtrend, and we're just looking for a nice break back to the upside. We want to see us get close to this line again, and then we can start to talk about a breakout above it. And I think that could take place in a very strong manner, and we'll start to hopefully get back up to the highs over here, which looks like 105.90. 105.90. Again, yesterday, Aerodrome Finance had a 16.68% day. That's a 10-cent day, guys. Huge, huge move. Let's take a look over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down $695 today. Bitcoin, again, if it's most likely going to find resistance, it's going to be at the lower end of this range here. We got close yesterday. Didn't quite get up there. We got close. We actually found resistance at our 62,206.75 level. See, we traded through it, closed below it, and today's a very quiet inside day. Very, very quiet compared to yesterday. Bitcoin yesterday was up 11.89%, $6,500. That's huge. That is a huge move. It was up in the green higher than when it sold off here. This range was probably quite a bit bigger. But anyways, a huge day. Nice support off the 54,599. Didn't quite get down there above 55,577.80. Went right through 58,910, 62,0547, and then we finally reversed through 62,206.75. So we'll see. This area could give the price a little bit of a struggle. Again, what was once support broke, and it's going to get tested here. At least that's the way it looks, and it'll probably be resistance. Something that people probably won't want to talk about here, and we're going to mention it just briefly here, is this could be nothing but a very bearish rally here. So, we had a reaction here to the downside, and perhaps we'll get an equal and opposite reaction to the upside. These markets could struggle right here, guys, and do nothing but roll over again. Let's keep that in the back of our mind as a possibility, okay? Let's keep that in the mind as a possibility of taking place. These markets were very bullish up in this area, but they failed to continue higher. So we got out of our Bitcoin micro futures position because they weren't acting as we got into the position for one reason. That reason was no longer there. We got out of the position. And again, Bitcoin started to go short. We were not short Bitcoin, but it's still not back to what we think is a bullish scenario looking for higher prices. So we'll get back in when that starts to show again, but it's not quite there yet because we were originally looking for a move, into all-time highs, etc. That didn't take place. Did the opposite, took out some important lows here, made a new low. We're just getting a move in the opposite direction now, a reaction to the original breakdown. So this could fizzle out here, and we could just be done again. We'll see what happens, guys. We will see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for getting the channel. Looks like we hit 5,000 subscribers yesterday. Pretty cool. Hope everybody's enjoying it. If you're not yet a subscriber, go ahead and join us here. I would like to cover some more market index futures, but this channel originally started with, micro futures trader, talking about the micro futures products in the stock market, and started to cover some cryptocurrency, and that was way more popular. So it doesn't seem like anybody really wants to know much about the regular market index futures for whatever reason. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity there. They're liquid. You don't need a lot of money for margin to trade the micro futures. So if you're interested in that, I'll start to cover them more. But I don't mind covering cryptocurrencies. It's interesting. There's plenty of opportunity. But as far as active trading, it's all about the futures markets. That's where it's at. Spend most of our time looking at the futures markets. The micro futures, they're a much smaller product, but we do keep our eye on the cryptocurrency markets as well. You guys have a great day. Take it easy.